There's a power and ownership that you have that you simply just don't receive by being rich and wealthy.
It keeps getting worse, you guys. Every time you tune into the local news channel to just, listen to what is going on around the world, it's just like something from one thing to another. Few days ago, Target made an announcement that they are rolling back on their DEI program, their DEI initiative. And if you're wondering what DEI means, it means diversity, equity, and inclusion. And you guys already know the people in this bracket. They said they are rolling back on their DEI initiative, and this sparked a lot of reaction, especially among Blackamericans. They decided to start boycotting or having conversations surrounding boycotting this company. But Target is one of Black people's favorite place to go shop, and there are so many Black-owned businesses in Target as well. Tabitha Brown happens to be one of the famous people who have a product in Target. The conversation of boycotting Target started. She decided to make a response video telling people to still go to Target, but to make sure that they are buying Black-owned products, telling them you can just walk in and get Black-owned products and, just check out. There's no way they are going to be boycotting Target that is not going to be affecting the Black-owned businesses. She even went on to explain the fact that these people are trying to kick us out of the business. So if you stop going to Target, Black-owned businesses are affected as well. People are saying our video is so tone deaf. In order for Black people to be able to get the results that they want, there is no way that some businesses are not going to be affected. Now, before Black people even having the conversation of boycotting Target, they are well aware that Black-owned businesses are in there. But now that they have stopped the DEI, they want to stop going there. But you are saying they have to go there, buy Black-owned products only. This sparked a lot of conversation. Our response video is getting our drag because people feel that video is so tone deaf. I have put together her video and as well what people are saying about her video. So without wasting much time, let's get right into it.
That to say, don't allow trying to be mindful with how I say this, because I want God to give me the right words, but don't allow foolishness to take us into separation and weed us out. Do you understand? Because sometimes that's what they want. And in times like this, they're telling us that. Okay? So as frustrating as listen, as frustrating as the whole situation is, as frustrated as I am, as all of you are, we still got to be smart. Now, you can still go into those stores if you choose to and buy specific brands that you want to support and let the other things, right, not get your money. But be very specific. There's so many women, right, that have worked hard to be a woman-owned business. Donna's Recipe is two women, me and Gina Woods, my business partner. We are self-funded. We're self-funded. And we are on shelves in limited doors at Target, right? Other companies, right? There's Black History Month is coming right now, and all of these brands are about to be showcased. Some of them for the first time. And of course, they would do something like this right now. But they still need their moment. They still need our support. Only if you feel like you can and are willing to. I ain't telling you what to do. I'm telling you what, as a business owner, what we still need until we can get to another place, right?
I kid you not, all I heard was, I don't care how many of you Negroes can't get a job. You make sure you find your Black asses down that aisle and you buy up as many Afro pick cutting boards and grape soda candles your cart can carry. And apart from that, I don't like how she looking. I'm looking past the suit and I'm looking into the eyes. I'm looking at the grin, spiritually speaking. I don't like what I'm seeing behind the mask. It's not going to be for everybody. It's going to only be for a select few. Because I don't follow her. I've only heard loosely that who she is, what she does, and that she's in fucking Target. I don't follow her. So, but now that I'm looking at her, excuse the fuck out of me. I could have told y'all it's been right here in your face the entire time. Look at the eyes. The eyes never lie. Listen, energy, spirituality, one-on-one, good Lord, it's going to help. It's going to help. I promise you it's going to help. Energy cannot be destroyed or created. It can be transformed and it can be cloaked. However, they all have a similar pattern, a similar scent, a similar frequency, most importantly. I know what we're dealing with. You can tell. I can tell.
And I like Tabitha. I saw her video, her response video, and she basically just said, hey guys, I know Target just did XYZ, but still go and buy my product so that way I don't lose money. Like, and I'm not even trying to be dramatic. Like, what is it going to take for us to be slaves inside of Target for you to actually pull your products? Like, yes, you're going to lose some money, but it's just like, who's going to be the first brand to like take a stand? You know what I'm saying? Like, are all these Black brands just going to keep having their stuff in these spaces where they're not wanted? And we're supposed to just continue to go buy in there?
There's a power and ownership that you have that you simply just don't receive by being rich and wealthy. I'm one of those Black people that have an issue when successful Black-owned companies sell off a portion of their company, sell their company entirely, or do distribution deals. And it's not because the recipe may change, the ingredients may change. I mean, I don't like that either. But it is because in times like this specifically, the power, the authority, the control is in ownership. When it comes down to it, there is no Target, Walmart, or Amazon equivalency for Black people. So we are stuck giving our money to and shopping with companies that have flat out said with their chest, hey, DEI, affirmative action, those things are no longer popular amongst the whites at this moment. So we're rolling it back. We're no longer doing it, and y'all are just going to have to get over it. And even though they know there will be fallout, they're not too concerned with it because A, once again, our choices are limited. And B, they have all the power. I know as a business person, it is ideal to get your company to a position where you can sell it or sell a portion of it for millions or tens of millions of dollars. But Black people are in a different type of situation in this country. And I do think we are going to have to get to a point where we stop prioritizing individual wealth for the betterment of all of us.
Okay, so I just want to address an elephant in the room that I feel like nobody is discussing in the whole Tabitha Brown and Target conversation and like the boycotting. So Tabitha Brown is a wealthy person. A lot of the brands that they're bringing up that are in Target are not small brands. They may have were small businesses at one point and they made it to Target. Not trying to say that like that's not a good feat or anything like that. I definitely understand the logistics of everything. I totally understand, wanting to keep the spot that you've worked hard for and secure for yourself. But like, let's stop treating this conversation as if these are struggling small businesses. These are people who are bringing in millions of dollars. And I know they don't keep everything that they profit, but they're bringing in a lot of money and they're not struggling. I think it's very irresponsible to ask low and middle class people who will very likely be tangibly affected by a lot of the things that are occurring to spend their money at a place to benefit you and your comfort. Because if we're weighing the greater good of the community, what's more important, to actually make a stand and do something so that things could possibly change for some of our most vulnerable people in our community, or to keep shopping in Target so you don't come off the shelves, which I don't even like the argument that you should want to be in a place or strive or claw to be in a place that doesn't want you there anyway. Even that whole thing is a fallacy. You're saying that they're going to keep winning if we boycott, but if we keep going there, they're still profiting off of the money that we're spending there. So it's like, okay, they're winning either way. It's basically like we're playing against ourselves with no prize. Even when it comes to the people like discussing like that they would boycott, a lot of people weren't even committing to an indefinite boycott. A lot of people were just committing to boycott for the month of February. So let's keep that in mind too. So it's like, if you're boycotting for the month of February, you're telling me that you and all these other large businesses can't take a pay cut for a month while we try to at least make our voices be heard in some kind of way, which our dollar is the most important way for our voices to be heard. Not only that, but Tabitha Brown provided a course of action for us But she said nothing that she was willing to do, all that she's just stuck and she can't do anything for a year. She didn't provide any course of action for herself, not even aspirations of a course of action that she would take. She didn't even provide anything now. You have a lot of money. You could donate to local initiatives that help people who will be affected by DEI rollbacks. You could have, came up with a way to support Target workers who are working there now, who can't quit their jobs, who are affected about this stuff. But you're just giving us an action so that you could stay in a place that there's no place for us anyway. The reason you shouldn't even want to be in a place that forces you to have this conversation. So yeah, I feel like, we're going to need Black voices. We're going to need, our own, a lot of things. But I do invite people to consider the things that are not being said when people are speaking to you about some of these issues. There are people within our group who have more privilege than others. We need to weigh the greater good. So at the end of the day, I'm sorry that, some of those brands are going to lose some money. They are available, a lot of them, at other places. Support them at other places, support them directly on their website, but you cannot selectively boycott because you're still putting money into the pockets of Target. And if I'm honest, Tabitha Brown is Tabitha Brown for Target. She's probably the worst brand to support out of all of the brands that are there. It's like, in a situation like this, everybody's going to lose something. Everybody's going to be uncomfortable, but I don't think that is fair that those of us who are going to be steamrolled, us and our neighbors are going to be steamrolled by a lot of stuff. Not saying that the people who make money are not going to be affected too, but you have a buffer. You have ways to create comfort for yourself during this time. A lot of us will not. That was so irresponsible to ask.
Am I disappointed in Target? Yeah, sort of. I feel like I don't put it past any brand to not care about my people, but also I thought they were a bit different because I have seen brands, especially working at agencies or working in communications, I've seen brands only hit agencies up around Black History Month or around HBCU homecoming so that they could have some sort of solution to show that they care. Target was one of the brands that seemed like they had things going year round, so that made me think they were a little bit different. I also, though, think it's weird that you guys are expecting these Black-owned brands in Target to immediately wake up the next day and boycott like you say you're going to do. First off, it can be easy for you to boycott Target because you don't have your livelihood tied to Target. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these brands, we might say like, oh, Lip Bar, you guys boycott Target and we'll support you on your website. Yeah, sure, but for how long? You know what I mean? It's different when you have your brand inside of a store. And even the Lip Bar founder said that she's seen Black-owned brands not make it in Target even. So for her to have been the top-selling Black makeup brand at Target, like, that says something, and I wouldn't expect her to just like pull out her stock the next day. Contractually, even that doesn't even sound like something that could happen. Tabitha Brown too, for example. Like, yeah, Tabitha Brown has money, but also like this is a major thing that she's done with Target, and I don't expect her to just wake up the next day and be like, oh, well, don't need any of that money, don't need any of those projects that we might have lined up. Throw the whole thing away, burn it down, I'm boycotting. It sounds good, I guess, but it's also like, it doesn't really sound realistic, especially because these people have families to feed. You can boycott Target because you have another grocery store to go to. Some of us. Now imagine the only store around your food desert is the Target, but everybody's boycotting. Are y'all going to judge them for still shopping at the Target? No, because I've seen you guys, I feel like people think it's so black and white. I've seen you guys say, oh, don't shop here, shop here. That's not near me. Or don't shop at this clothing brand, shop that clothing brand. That one doesn't have my size. Shop here, they're much cheaper. They child labor, babe. It gets tough. So I feel like instead of thinking that everyone has to abide by your activism rules, we need to have different conversations. It can't just be if you're not doing this, then you're not doing it right, or I'm disappointed in you. Sometimes it can be that. Sometimes it's just not that, though. I also think it's nice that you guys are like supporting Costco for not rolling back their efforts, but it's also like when you're doing a buy-in at Costco to try to show your support, what Black-owned brands are you supporting by doing that? Does that really make sense to put that much money into Costco? Let's be serious. Also, Costco's not as accessible to everyone. So let's not act like we can just move to Costco and get the same things, do the same things. You can get bulk t-shirts at Costco. You can't get everything you get at Target at Costco. And that's fine. Overall, I just feel like instead of having these black and white solutions, these turnkey solutions to like activism, you guys need to get a little real and allow a little grace, especially to the Black people who are way deeper tied into some of these corporations than you are as just a, casual shoppers. Some people have their livelihood literally tied in to Target. So for you guys to think that the next day after they announced they're going to roll back DEI efforts that they were going to just pull their brands out, that's a little sick.
So me and my daughter were having a conversation about Tabitha Brown's video. And this is what I want to say. Tabitha, as much as I love you, sister, and I think you have beautiful, your product, your line is, I mean, it's beautiful. And I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. But let me tell you something. I'm not crossing that line. If we boycotting, we boycotting. The only thing I can tell you, sister, is you're going to have to pull that stuff up out of there and figure it out, or you might have to take one for the team. I don't know, but there is no way that I would ever cross that line. We have to stand up for something. If not, we'll fall for anything. And as much as I love your delicious popcorn, the garlic and Parmesan, it is delicious. If you take it out and put it somewhere else that is not down with this DEI situation, oh, I'll buy it all day long. But what I won't do is cross that line. And I think it's really unfair to ask us to do that. Because still, if we go in there to buy your product, Target still gets a certain percentage of that. We're still crossing the line. I'm not doing that. As much as I love you, y'all gonna have to figure it out.
What do you guys think about our video? What is your own honest, true reaction to Tabitha Brown's video? Because people are pissed. From the stitches, you can tell that a lot of people are pissed at what she has to say, because all they're hearing is that, you know what, half of these people will just go there and go and support us, even though it is hurting the majority of those people. So let me hear what you guys think. There are some people on the other hand saying there's nothing wrong in what Tabitha Brown said. People are just misunderstanding and people do not have critical thinking, which I'm going to be like sharing their own stitch in the next video. But let me hear what you guys think. What is your own honest reaction to what Tabitha Brown said? Like, if you've been following this discourse, do you think she's been selfish by a statement? Do you think she's tone deaf by what people are saying? Like, let me hear your own take in all of this. This person said there will be collateral damage. Target is going to pull those businesses anyways. DAI forced them to include Black brands. Target will be back to attracting white consumers. When I had the conversation, my point was definitely they are going to be pulling out Black businesses or Black products. Black people should stop going there to shop. They'll stop taking in Black people's businesses. And I think DEI is one of the reasons why they added Black businesses. But it seems not to be so, but I stand to be corrected in the comment section. This person said, why won't they just put it on their own website, as a lot of people have suggested? Makes us feel they still want to be there, unless they are waiting until a contract is up. The top list the people are having is that she can just move it to her own website. She has made a name for herself. People are definitely still going to buy this product if she moves it to her website. And this is what this person is highlighting as well. Like, unless there is a contract, then that is understandable. This one said, these Black businesses need to be having a convo with Target. It is not up to us to save them from Target. It is our duty to send Target the message we will not shop where we are not wanted. One of the creators in the stitch highlighted as well, saying that she shouldn't even be putting her product in a place that put her in this situation. And I cannot agree with what she said. This person said, like I said in this call, some of us are really limited in what we can do here by not having a lot of options or ones you can afford. But we still have to buy food. I don't have a Costco. Yeah. This person said we have to stand up for us as a whole, so that means a great sacrifice of convenience and support Black businesses directly. That is the only way we survive this time. Another person said, oh, honestly, I am struggling. I see both sides of the argument. I already gave up Sam's. Getting rid of them too will be tough. Considering the tariffs that are coming, I can't afford to buy from each in website. Let me hear what you guys think about what these people are saying. If you think it's tone deaf, let me hear your reason in the comment section. And if you think people are overreacting, let me hear your reason in the comment section. But please make it nicely. We do not insult or throw jabs at people here. We just have real conversation, because this is people's real life. Let's make it classy and educational in the comment section. I am going to be sharing stitch of people who actually do not see anything wrong in what she said in the next video or in the next episode. So make sure you stay tuned and make sure your bell notification is turned on. I'll see you in the next one.